Assalamu alaikum. We are currently attending an OSTC career night. I have asked the staff as many questions as possible. Here we have a Greenheck energy recovery ventilator. It's bell driven. Look at that. That's the motor. I can't believe that this exists. Here we have these see-through heat pumps. These are ground source heat pumps. I'm not sure what GHXS and GHXR stand for. I'll have to ask them. So these are like residential systems. I've seen people install these in residential buildings. Now I'm not going to touch anything here because we're not allowed to do that, and I would never. See, that's the amount of water, so it has this, takes the return air. See, there we gotta have the outside air is coming in here as well. So I'm just trying to get an idea of how you actually set up an air handling unit. That's a transmitter. And it doesn't seem to be building automation system control because there's a control board on the outside and another one out there. So, wait a minute. These might be water furnace. I can't believe these exist. There you got some brushed DC motors. I was going to purchase those motors. However, I've gotten recently caught up into an elevator project I wanted to do. See, we have geothermal heat pumps in here. I wonder if this building is heated and cooled with geothermal heat pumps. So I'll have to ask admin for a tour. And I know, Grandma, if you're watching this, I know I want hundreds of tours at every single building possible. I'm not sure what the total square foot is. That's an air separator tank. See there, you have your pop safety valve. You always need that. Your main shutoff valve. I'm trying to get an idea of how they do this because if eventually I want to have a water-to-water heating and cooling system. So I want to have chilled water in my home and have hot water. So I need to get an idea of how they pipe these equipments. As you can see here, the pumps for it, these are residential geothermal pumps. These are parallel. So circulator pump 1 and circulator pump 2. These are GeoFlow by Grundfos. Here we have the blow-off valve down there, blow-off as well. You always need the blow-off valves on both of those. So those are the cap, screw and cap blowdowns. I'm not sure who manufactured these heat pumps, but they are currently running right now. It's also an air sensor, not an air sensor, air meter, airflow meter as well. So there's your exhaust air, which is insulated. I like the way they did this piping. I feel like these were installed, like that's like a newer piping and installation system. It's very nice. And here we have this Greenheck energy recovery ventilator with that ABB disconnect. It definitely seems older. Here you have your exhaust air going back into the unit, going back outside, and then we have our outside air. So if I go on the other side of the unit, we will be able to see it. Yeah, the fans are really loud on these, excuse me. Alright. Here, it's the front of the air handling unit. It's an energy recovery ventilator, so you can see the wheel in there. The Greenheck, 208 volt, 3-phase, 60 hertz. Geothermal heat pumps. See, there's that condensate. We have an expansion tank underneath this table. I was like, what is an expansion tank doing here? I feel like it's not necessarily connected to anything. But this could be the system makeup water for this. So we do have continuous feed water going to these. These are really nice. You guys are working on the best, doing the most with heat pumps. Now these are more eco-friendly, so you don't necessarily, well, you don't have to use boilers. I might start considering ground source heat pumps as a better application. I recommend ground source heat pumps. What is that? Is that another sensor? I know we just had a pop safety valve up there for the, see, there's that, here it goes. So it drains in the back of the units. That's our pressure relief valve. But what else is up here? See, we have that sensor up there I don't know about. It might be a temperature sensor for the water. So yes, you could program as many temperature sensors for your pipes as you want. So we have a lot of isolation valves on these. We also have inlet and outlet and pressure gauges. So that's what makes a heat pump system real good. Also, we have these blow down valves. I think those are both feed water. The geothermal pipes just go all the way to the back of the building. It might be connected to a cooling tower, but trust me, I recommend that you put this in a ground loop than a cooling tower. These are not cooling tower. Like, the smallest cooling tower you could get is an Evapco 30 ton. And I'm not sure what the tonnage is on these units because there's no specification I could find. I have to assume that these are water furnace. Well, that tag there's our serial number. It's a... Who manufactured this? It's a nice heat pump. See there? That's a... Yeah, filter dryer. Liquid line filter dryer. Now, these are so nice. We get an idea of what exactly is powering this building and its systems right now. Look at that. Look at that. That is amazing. Here, the energy recovery ventilator, and that's also returning the air. I didn't even see that return vent. So here, that's our disconnect switch. Very nice. It's a belt drive. That's the tiniest belt drive fan, in my opinion, I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a belt drive that large. There's the units right there. You always got to have some sort of stand. We also have this for the pressure relief valve. We have a pan. I'd rather just have a drain, rather have a actual conventional drain for that units. They're real good. And the circulator pumps must be locked out if they're being serviced. I'm not sure if these are on right now. Grundfos. Huge thank you to Grundfos for providing this equipment. I never knew about this facility. Huge thank you to Greenheck Industries. Huge thank you to probably Water Furnace. These probably are water furnace. The blowers are running. So when we turn the light on, you can see that the blower is spinning at a near full speed. The controls. Hey. Yeah, I can hear a lot of clicking from it. Here's the udder heat pump. These might be water furnace. Not sure. See, there's your actual coil. So you can see the coil. Here we have our sensor. And now, if I build an air handling unit, since I do recreate this equipment on Roblox, if you would like me to build some equipment that is for your application, please reach out to me so I could build you that equipment on Roblox, because I could do a lot. You could send a request to me and I could do that. There's your belt driven fan. See, that's a 3-phase motor. That's a WEG motor. That motor is so tiny though. And then we have a Marathon Electric in there on the other side. The Marathon Electric's here. Now here we have a high voltage